people can work all day and not be tired and stuff. It's because of the food they eat. They get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to work, be in the heat all day. I seen it happen. Buildings, lay in the road, get off, go home, take a shower, and then go to the bar and be there till 11 o'clock. Thank you. And then you hear me? And then be there till 11. Like, you not tired. You done built the whole house off of 4 hours of sleep. Where they do that at? Shoot. I used to love going to the Mexican bars though when I lived on the West Coast. Stayed in one. Cause if you was 20, they'll let you in. I ain't drinking nothing, but I'm sure about to dance until I'm sweating. Spanish men love to dance, baby. They'll dance with you all night. You want a drink? You want something to drink? Yeah, can I get a Sprite, please? I'm about to get on this dance floor with y'all. Let's go. They would have you dance until you thank you. Have you dance until you listen. Your legs feel like noodles. You want to lose some weight? Go to a Spanish bar 5 weekends in a row. Go to a Spanish and be the new girl. Honey, them legs will be good and tight and right. You hear me? They gonna work that middle part. You know what I'm saying? Your size is gonna be going and everything. You will be sashaying left or right before you know it. Listen, have a little pep in your step when you go to work on Monday. You better. Great exercise, honey. Cumbias and all of that, baby, please. Yeah, and did. I can't do it no more because of these knees, but baby. Girl, yeah, the Mexican bars used to be lit. Yes. Honey, and them Spanish men don't let the day like black girls. They kind of like niggas. They just like whatever they like. It don't matter if nobody else like it. You hear me? They do not care about nobody's opinion. They'll say whatever, but they'll be listen. Oh, thank you. No, but you still got to work on it. As you can see, when you stop, you get these side things. These muffin tops. I can't believe I got them. But you know what? Can I be honest? Can we have a moment of transparency? Can I have a moment of transparency? And I don't want to hear this again. After I tell y'all, I'm confiding y'all. I'm telling y'all something that means a lot to me. Are y'all ready for a moment of transparency? When I was young, because I always had a shape, even when I was pregnant like this, my stomach never went out to the side. I used to say some crazy stuff about the chicks that used to come for me that had muffin tops when we was young. Well, guess what? God gave me my muffin top when I was old. I didn't ever think I was going to get one. You see what I'm saying? Young girls, be careful of the things that you say. Just like I used to talk about my brother and his glasses, and now I can't see without them. You be careful of your words. You don't know what's going to happen. Justice, I'm telling you. You sure ate your words? Me too. It's a few words I done had to eat. Listen, young girls and young men, be careful of the words that you say because you will be living them in 20. So speak nicely about people. Say nice things. Try not to laugh in their face, even if you think they look funny. Don't do it. You said, man, listen, keep your mouth off of people. Keep your mouth. Oh, Queen, I know. Look, she like, oh, man, listen. You said you can't help it now. You're going to laugh in their face today. I know. Old people, keep your mouth off of people. You never know what you're going to be living in. Listen, honey. Lord, forgive me. One of my favorite things to call somebody was ill-built. Especially, I don't come for people until they come for me. So when I was young, ill-built was the first thing I was That's what it is right now. It is what the TI is. No matter how I try to dress it up, to me, I'm like, yeah. I remember when I called her that. I remember when I said that about him. No, girl, them is fighting words. Don't call nobody ill built. Don't do it, Bree. Auntie is not trying to teach you nothing bad. Listen, sis or niece, niecey poo. I call somebody bad built in a minute. Listen, don't do it. Don't, baby. You'll be fighting for your hair. I'm trying to tell you, you have to fight your way up out of some places. Don't do it. And I'm serious. Them is fighting words. Don't do it, baby. Keep it. Just keep it. You say it in your mind. That way you don't have to fight your way out of nowhere. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, if I have not learned nothing else, I have learned, and this is with everything. I'm joking about this weight I done gained, but in life, babies. And you got some aunties and uncles in here and grandmas and grandpas that'll tell you, when I tell you I reacted immediately from saying your mama. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. I done called niggas ill built too. Listen. I had 3 brothers. Good afternoon. So my mind, all y'all gotta do is think about dudes joning on each other. And in my mind, that is how all of my responses come out if I don't check them at the back of my lips. Listen, you hear me? If y'all haven't noticed, I have had to come to, because all of my responses when people say something to me is, I'm back in the room with me and my brothers Jonas, so I'm about to go for the juggler. This is what I grew. This is how you had to be able to put on that tough skin dealing with my brothers. You couldn't have no soft. You could not be soft. So probably when people come for me because they hear me talking about the love of the Lord and that I got all these books behind me, they think I'm not going to say nothing. But that's the problem. When you assume, you make an ass out of you. You do. You cannot judge a person on your first time meeting them. You can't. You do yourself an injustice every single time you do that. I promise. Don't do it to yourself. Listen. Listen to me. Be careful of your words. You will have to eat every last one of them. I used to say I would never be with a guy who put his hands on me and stay with him. Did. I used to say I would not be with a person that told me they cheated on me. Did. I wouldn't be with a person that made me feel bad about myself. Did. Girl, I wish a nigga would. And he did. And he sure did. Proudly, too. And he did. You hear me? He did all of that. The one. He did every bit of everything. It wasn't even a separate person. It was the same dude. Crazy. My mama said, that's your payback, girl. Don't talk to me like that. She said, ooh, that's your payback. If ever a time I could have got away with punching my mama in the throat, it would have been that day. I know you ain't supposed to talk like that, but if ever I could have got away with hitting her with a quick throat chop, I would have gave her one that day. Used to talk good and crazy to my friends about, you know this nigga cheating on you and you gonna stay? Really? You stupid. Hey. Right, told myself I would never get with someone that would get physical. And isn't it crazy? And this is why God tells you not to speak on things that you don't know. Hey, you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what situation you're going to be in. You don't know. You have no idea. It hurt your soul for real. I'm trying to, what you told yourself, you'll never be with a woman that'll cheat on you. And then you say, let me say, I'll never be rich. So it reverses that part, baby. That part. I'm not ever gonna be wealthy. Oh, life is the best teacher, ain't it? Mama can tell you, daddy can tell you, auntie can tell you, sis can tell you, baby. But life gonna teach you if don't nothing else. Every day. Every day you will learn something. Ooh. Every day. Every day. Hello. Every day you gonna learn something. Every single day. I'm wondering why I can't see what y'all seeing. That's why. Hey, I didn't have my eyes on. Anyway. Hi, Sarah. I see you saw what I said this morning. Girl, I tried it. I can't. We gonna have to pray about it. Hello. We gonna have to pray about it. You hear me? I tried. My eyes have beheld things that they don't want to. All the men I grew up in my life with have zero respect for men. They and put their hands on a woman. Oh, I believe it, Mr. Zion. Oh, what is it? Omega, Alpha Omega. I believe it. Who knows where that comes from? Anybody know? We talked about it. Anybody remember the conversation we had about where that comes from? Huh? Where does that come from? When men feel like it's okay for them to put their hands, abuse. But what is that? It comes from one or two things. And I done seen it in white, black, everybody. It don't matter. Spanish folks, everybody. Where does it come from? Yeah. Yeah. Some of them are on a DL, but I'm saying before that. And a lot of times, I told y'all, okay, so look, let's clear this. A lot of them men be on DL because they was abused as a kid. We talked about that. I said that when I watched years ago too. I told my cousin, like, what is this? That part. Right. Right. Okay. So with that, this is the thing. First of all, that's why a lot of them question their sexuality, because they were abused as kids. But most people don't listen to little boys if they say that. One. Two, okay? A lot of times they had an overbearing mother and an absent father. So a lot of times when their mama talked to them, they called them female dogs, stupid MFs, right? Because then that's how they turn around and they'll go get a woman that look or resemble their mama when she was young. Maybe not in the way that she looks, but the way that she acts. And they will mistreat that woman because they can't say what they really want to say to their mama. Any men in here that's going to tell the truth? My stepdad said his mom did that and put hands. I'm trying to tell you. I done counseled a lot of men, y'all. You said, ouch. In real life. You call him a B. And then what do he call the women he deal with? Stupid. I'm going to excuse my language. Stupid bitches. Stupid B. Stupid mother. You ain't nothing. You ain't never gonna be nothing. Because guess what? Daddy was gone. Yeah. Okay. So he heard all the time he wasn't gonna be nothing. So when he get with women, what'll he do? You a stupid B. You a dumb MF. You ain't never gonna. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have nothing. Ain't that what Mama said to him? You better be happy I'm taking care of you and I don't go drop you off at your daddy's house. I'm the only one here taking care of you. What'll he turn around and say to his girlfriend? His wife. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have nothing. You better be happy I love you. You gonna take whatever I dish out and you gonna deal with it because I take care of you. Who else gonna do it? Ain't that what his mama said to him? My mom sheltered me a bit. My dad passed when I was young. I was raised by my stepfather. Me and mom didn't really have a relationship, you know, and I don't remember if I was molested or something, but in real life, I just know I was so close to my G-Mom to this day. I miss her heavy. Yeah. It's a lot that goes. I'm trying to tell y'all. I didn't seen it, and it's scary, honestly. It really is. It's scary, but guess what? It's women that's the same way. So a lot of the relationship issues that we deal with, I tell y'all all the time, they stem from a person's childhood. So when you're dating, right? I always used to ask people about their childhood. That's one of the first things I'm gonna start asking you. Even when I was young, I used to be like, how was you? Now some people gonna lie. Some people are not gonna tell the truth. People are good liars. They are habituals, right? But if you can get the right person, you'll understand that person prior to you even getting in a situation where y'all living together or whatever, and you'll kind of know what their issues are. You hear me? You'll know where they don't feel strong at. You'll know certain things in real life. Like even with my ex-husband, a lot of the issues we dealt with our marriage, I told him as his friend. Before we ever even got to that point. When I first met him, I was like, these are your issues. So I shouldn't be bi or attracted to men at all. So can I just say something? And this is not anything against the LGBTQ plus community. Okay? But I gotta ask y'all a question. Can I ask y'all a question? And I know we got some folks in here that's in the community. So can I ask a question? If a child cannot come out of the union, and that started to be the majority, and people were not donating their eggs and sperm or going to be surrogates, how would humans survive as a race? So if all the women completely paired up with women and all of the men completely paired up with men and they did not reproduce, what would happen? Or if everybody got their organs completely changed so that there were no birthing tools there, what would happen to us? How many generations would it take if we have most of the people getting their parts cut off and not saving their eggs and saving their sperm, right? And I'm being honest, it wouldn't take that many generations for humans to go extinct. We would die out in 4 generations. So could you imagine in 50 years not seeing a kid for 50 years? Nowhere. For real. What if you didn't have nieces and nephews and you didn't have, I mean, I'm just saying, because forget who you want to hunch on. Got it. But on a larger scale, if everybody is getting their reproductive organs changed so that they can't reproduce, what happens to people? And even if they get them, not getting them cut off, but ain't no sperm and ain't no eggs to get from nobody, then what do we do as a human race? And I'm only asking from the people that is in the community, not the heterosexual people. I want to know. If you couldn't go to no birthday parties for no babies, if you couldn't go to no, you ain't seen a kid born in 15 years nowhere around the world, how would, I mean, because babies bring joy to people. Everybody be happy when they see a little cute baby. Everybody be happy to see the little kid learn they got fingers and stuff. So if this goes away, what part of, I'm not knocking who you hunch on. Hunch on, do it. Listen, I gotta deal with my own stuff. But I'm just saying, if in 30 years we didn't see no babies, none. Think about how happy you are. And what if women got to the point to where they were like, ew, I don't even want a man's seed nowhere near me. And then men was like, a woman? Absolutely not. I will never touch a woman. Then where would the children come from? Where would the people that are going to take care of you when you get old come from? Because if there's no more babies born, that means 30 years, it's going to be old people trying to take care of old people. What do you mean? The ones that choose not to have children? I asked them the same question. Who gonna take care of you when you get old? It's a difference from choosing not to have kids and then you just can't. But doctors are making it so that it's harder to reproduce. Oh, I ain't just asked this question to the before there was an LGBTQ community. Listen, I talked to a lot of people. Well, I don't anymore, but in my time, I did. Yeah, they're making artificial wombs now, but listen, certain things okay, look. They have not been able to reproduce effectively the things that God has. Don't believe me? I'm going to say one word and y'all tell me if they got it right. You ready? Everybody listening? They can make synthetic things, but I'm gonna say one word and you tell me if they didn't got that right. And you, watermelon. Watermelon. If they can't get growing a fake watermelon, you think they can make a human brain and a scrotum and a womb that's gonna make the right thing? They can't even get fake watermelons right. Hey, auntie, you hear me? So they can do whatever they want. It's still not gonna turn out the way that God wanted to turn out. I mean, that God's did, because they can't even do it with a watermelon. They can't make a fake watermelon that don't explode and seep and turn to mush. God been doing it for a gazillion years. No, thank you. So you would trust them with making you a fake human and they can't even make a fake watermelon? Uh, Juanice, can I tell you something? Can we talk about something? Do you remember when Mary and her cousin touched each other? What happened to their babies? What happened? When they leaped and kicked with joy, but something else happened too. They got the Holy Ghost. Thank you. Both of the babies, as soon as the women embraced, the spirit, keyword spirit, of the Holy Ghost went into the children. I want to have this conversation, but okay, so is y'all open for the conversation or no? Because we can go deeper than this. And I want to, but I'm treading lightly because I don't want to offend nobody. But there's things that I know. Okay, I'm not talking, no, I'm talking to the, all right, okay. Okay, so can we do this? Before I go any further, CERCA has had relations with women. Never a relationship, but I had relations. Can we say that? Okay. And it started as a kid. The whole house thing. Because we wasn't allowed to play house with boys. We could play hide and go get it with boys, but we couldn't play house. We could play mama and daddy with girls. Because parents wasn't worried about that. Kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. So at the first time that my parts is touched, or I feel stimulated, and it's by the same sex, playing mommy and daddy. Okay. Dry hunching. But also, both of my parents played around at some time because they was alive in the 70s. Right before they conceived me. So up until I was 12, I used to have dreams about women fondling me. And it used to be real. Because my body started reacting to it at 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you hear me? Both of my parents dibbled and dabbled, and then they had me. Well, because neither one of them was delivered from their sexual sin and things that they was doing, because they was fornicating and doing whatever they was doing, those spirits are able to attach to your children. His mama was an alcoholic, his daddy was an alcoholic, and he an alcoholic too. Daddy was a whoremonger, mama was a whore. She loose like both of them. Mama a thief, daddy a thief. He's forever. He the stick up boy. She the booster out this world. Y'all didn't think he was gonna have sticky fingers. How does it become a generational curse? Whatever it is. Abuse. Parents be having secrets that they don't tell you, and the secrets come out in your children. This is why they try to shoo you away, because the parts of them that they want to hide, you're it, loud and proud. In real life. I know the parts of me and my kids, I be like, God, ooh, you get that from your mama. That's what I'm trying to help you. Come sit down. You get that from me. It's a real thing. I'm trying to tell, thank you, David. It's a real thing. Y'all don't want to talk about it? If you new here, we talk about real life stuff over here. We don't sugarcoat. So there's that. I couldn't figure out why I was having certain feelings, and then I found out between 13 and 17 that both my parents had messed around in certain situations that they was kind of trying to keep it hidden, but everybody knew. So then that made perfect sense as to why I was thinking about the things that I was thinking about. You're welcome, Miss Tadera. Could I ask a question? Have some folks went back to your childhood and just kind of ran back through some things? And these be the difficult conversations that I have these in person. You said, yep, growing up in the neighborhood, house was definitely played with mom and dad and dad and dad. Okay. Ellington, I can't see, but your sex is what? Because y'all pictures is little. This is, I'm a male. Oh, okay. Thank you for telling the truth. Thank you. I had a crush on my teacher in kindergarten. Okay. You grew up in the 70s. Okay. This is stuff that I've done extensive research on to understand myself. I've had to have the ugly conversations that other people do not want to have. Why are you crying? Girl, we going through menopause, girl. We going through menopause. Yeah. Because spirits attach to children early and they grow. And this is why I be telling y'all, listen, I done seen, I'm trying to tell y'all, when I say I have heard some stories, I have seen some things, I've experienced some things in my own life that's crazy. The help is on the way. Because I asked God to help me with my mind, with the renewing of my mind. And this is not CERCA saying, oh, CERCA's against, because I'm not. My whole sister is married to it's plenty of people. Listen, don't be on no funny stuff. Listen, a lot of my homeboys, this how I found out who was the DL men and everything. Tell me. He looking at, okay, so he don't want me. All right. It ain't never been that. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, I've had my own issues. So don't ever think CERCA's coming for nobody. But I do be wanting to ask and get to the root of certain situations. And a lot of people that said that they had never been touched or anything like that, when they go back, their parents was in situations. This is the thing. There's some things that you have to call me overprotective. I've been a kid before. I don't even care if he gets mad. Other people look at me sideways. I know what's out there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we about to do something real quick. Dee 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 dee. You had to do all that to just leave, really. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Y'all got y'all yeah. Yeah, it's a real thing. I believe it. Let me run to the restroom. Go get your sacred text, and we about to finish this issue, okay? Yeah. And people need support groups. They need to be able to talk about it. This is why they only get so close to people in relationships, and then they push people back and all that kind of stuff. It's a real deal, y'all. Good night, sir. I'll be right back. Ooh. Water intake is up, y'all. I'm happy about it. Y'all right over here? Everybody okay? Is y'all? I was sleep good. I didn't smash these eyelashes, baby. I was sleep good. You hear me? Real good. Is y'all ready? Hey. I didn't have to take it back up because I had that little cup, but it wasn't enough. I normally drink like 2 of these a day, at least. And this is 32 ounces, I think. Something like that. It might be a little more. But I woke up and my lips was crusty. Thank you. I said, oh no. Woke up parched. Ooh. Okay. Y'all ready? Now y'all know I don't know my Roman numerals. Yep, get your armor up. Let's go. So this is where we going right here. Sacred text, the first book of Adam and Eve, down at the bottom. This is where we going. $69. Thank you. That's why I don't gotta know Sarah, because y'all know them. I do not have to learn them ever, because I got all of y'all. Thank you. See, everybody teach somebody something, and I'm gonna still ask y'all every time, because I'm not even about to try to learn them. I got too many other things. No, no, thank you. Thank you, sweetie pie. Sweet Sarah. Y'all ready? Is y'all ready to go? LXIX. LXIX. We're not reading at the top. We're going all the way down to the bottom. Down to 8. Down to verse 8. So it says, and God healed Adam in one day, which is the end of the 7 weeks, and that is the 50th day. Then Adam and Eve returned from the mountain and went into the cave of treasures, as they were used to do. This completed for Adam and Eve 140 days since their coming out of the garden. Then they both stood up that night and prayed to God. And when it was morning, they went out and went down westward of the cave to the place where their corn was, and there rested under the shadow of a tree, as they were wont. But when the multitude of beasts came all around them, it was Satan's doing in his wickedness, in order to wage war against Adam through marriage. Can y'all write that down or highlight that part? But when there a multitude of beasts came all around them, it was Satan's doing in his wickedness, in order to wage war against Adam through marriage. How would he do that? What's the best way to do that? Creating division and distraction. To make them not like each other. If every time you and your husband or you and your wife get into it, y'all don't sleep together. If he got a chance to keep doing that to Adam and Eve, would any of us be here? If he succeeded, would any humans be here? So whatever he did to the first people, he do to us. Do you remember what happened when Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden? He said, I'm going to put enmity, issues, problems in between your seed and his seed. Remember, Lucifer did not want no humans born. He didn't even like the humans that was created. Because he felt like we was going to get something that he didn't get. Right or wrong, y'all read it. Did y'all read it? In the beginning of this? Didn't y'all read it? Satan's account of his expulsion? Adam said, what did we do to you? Y'all don't remember? That's even in your regular Bible, that God was going to put enmity. What is a man's seed? What is a woman's seed? Your offspring. So if Lucifer doesn't want anybody to get the mercy and grace that he didn't get, wouldn't it just be easier to get rid of us however he could? The less people being born, the less grace and mercy is going out. That's his whole goal. And it's been from the beginning. Okay. Next chapter. Next chapter, LXX. Can we go here? Next chapter. After this, Satan, the hater of all good, took the form of an angel, and with him 2 others, so that they looked like the 3 angels who had brought to Adam gold, incense, and myrrh. They passed before Adam and Eve while they were under the tree, and greeted Adam and Eve with fair words that were full of guile. But when Adam and Eve saw their comely means and heard their sweet speech, Adam rose, welcomed them, and brought them to Eve, and they remained all together. Adam's heart the while being glad, because he thought concerning them that they were the same angels who brought him gold, incense, and myrrh. Because when they came to Adam the first time, there came upon him from them peace and joy through their bringing him good tokens. So Adam thought that they were come a second time to give him other tokens for him to rejoice withal. For he did not know it was Satan. Therefore did he receive them with joy and company with them. Then Satan, the tallest of them, said, Rejoice, O Adam, and be glad. Lo, God has sent us to thee to tell thee something. And Adam said, What is it? And then Satan answered, It is a light thing, yet it is a word of God. Wilt thou hear it from us and do it? But if thou hearest not, we will return to God and tell him that thou wouldest not receive his word. And Satan said again to Adam, Fear not, neither let a trembling come upon thee. Dost not thou know us? But Adam said, I don't know you. Then Satan said to him, I am the angel who brought thee gold and took it to the cave. This one is the one who brought thee incense, and that third one is he who brought thee myrrh when thou wast on the top of the mountain, and who carried thee to the cave. But as to the other angels, our fellows who bear you to the cave, God has not sent them with us this time. For he said to us, You suffice. So when Adam heard these words, he believed them and said to the angels, Speak the word of God that I might receive it. So we're going to skip down here because it's a lot. 17, y'all. Go down to 17. Ooh, hold on. Ooh. It says, Then Satan said to him, Lo, it is now some time since thou camest out of the garden, and thou knowest neither wickedness nor evil. But now God says to thee to take Eve, who came out of thy side, to wed her, that she bear thee children to comfort thee, and to drive thee from the trouble and sorrow. Now, this thing is not difficult, neither is there any scandal in it to thee. What did Lucifer try to get Adam and Eve to do? Mind you, they 150 days out of the garden. Thank you. To sin. In what way? To hunch. To have intimate relations. Premarital. God haven't given them the commandment yet to go on that way. They only 150 days old. Adult activities. Do me a favor. Can somebody search the word sexuality and tell me what the definition of sexuality means? No, thank you. Can somebody tell me what the definition of sexuality means? What's the definition of sexuality? Sexuality is about your sexual feelings, thoughts, attractions, and behaviors towards other people. The capacity for sexual feelings. The way humans express themselves sexually. So can we go here for a minute? Why is we worried about a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 8-year-old, a 10-year-old's thoughts about sex, attractions, and behaviors towards other people? Two-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 6-year-olds, and 10-year-olds shouldn't be having sexual thoughts. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? If you go look at the definition of sexuality, it is your thoughts about intimate things. Kids shouldn't have those thoughts, especially not at 6 or 8, 10 or 12. So when you hear a person talking about their child's sexuality, why are you worried about who your baby at 8 is going to be intimate with and they only 8? They shouldn't be identifying sexually at all because they're 8. Why is your 8-year-old having thoughts about who they is about to be intimate with? Are y'all understanding this? That's not what's supposed to be on their mind at 10. I don't even think most people understand the definition of sexuality while they be talking about it. Hopefully you read that that again so you can understand what you be saying. Why is you worried about who a 2-year-old is going to be boinking? That's weird. Right, Nathan. Do you understand what y'all minds and with this whole, it's too much. It's in the wrong place. Folks just be saying stuff and they don't be knowing the meaning of what they're saying out loud. Trying to follow a trend and be on some whatever. It's okay to talk to your children if they ask you questions about it. Right. Grooming them. You said it, Juanice. Do you understand when people be talking to me about that? And when I see this, I'll be like, do y'all realize? I mean, do you even know what that means? What you're talking about? Why is that your concern and your baby don't not even know their ABCs yet? But you worried about who they gonna be in bed with? They don't even know their address. And you worried about what they gonna be doing with their reproductive parts? Or am I crazy? Y'all just looked up the definition of what it means. That's because there's a bullseye in perversion aimed at children and especially men, which saddens God to no end. Okay, Mari. Doctors asked a question on a questionnaire at visits. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my God. It's a reason for that because they want to push hormones. Some people live in their truth through their kids. They couldn't, so they groomed their kids too. Juanice! And y'all need, can I tell them that you in the community, right? Before they be talking crazy over here. You in the community, right? You just told us you in the community. I need y'all to hear this. I need y'all to hear this. You in the community, right? Can I tell them what you said? Well, I told them, but about to show y'all something. She says some people live in their truth through their kids or living through their kids. They couldn't, so they grooming their kids too. Who agrees? I'm not attacking nobody or nothing. But oh boy, ain't he transitioning old girl's husband? Or is that a rumor? Before I spread it, his daughter, his son is now, what's his name? What's her name? I can't think of the name he's going by right now. Or she. I'm not trying to be. Is he really Wade is transitioning, right? Zaya. That's her name. Zaya. Okay. This is a person that is in the LGBT community that said that they didn't have all of the abusive things going on, that they just knew they was this way. This is the conversation we just had, and she said the same thing. Someone said that the waves of homosexuality and perversion is going to come in waves from subtle thoughts of desire changes to a lot that will go fully trans. Okay, well, let's keep going here. You said it, nephew. Can we keep going? Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. We going to L. What is it? 72. We going to 72. Skip over that one and go to the next one where it says Adam's heart is set on fire. Excuse me. Is this helping somebody today? Is this helping somebody today? Maybe it's helping you understand. Maybe this is going to open up the floor for you to talk to your kids. This is where the renewing of the mind comes from, y'all. Okay, we at 72. Okay. It says, then Satan and 10 from his host, so 11 of them, transformed themselves into maidens. Y'all read that with your own eyes? The top line right there? It says, then Satan and 10 from his host transformed themselves into maidens, unlike any others in the whole world for grace. Well, there wasn't no other maidens because it was only Eve at this time. What does that mean? What did they do? And remember, they transitioned in person. Well, it said they trans. What was Satan's goal at the end of 69? What was the last thing that we read that Satan's goal was? To interfere with the marriage. So when he couldn't get him to do fornication and go on and blow her back out when he said and not what God said, the next thing that he did was him and his brothers turned into women. So he couldn't get him by just telling them, you supposed to bust her down. So then he came up with another plan to attack marriage. Him and 10 of his homeboys, his brothers, turned themselves into women. Can I ask you a question? Is that happening today, right now, or no? Are there men that, and I'm not trying to be funny, try to lure or impersonate a woman? Matter of fact, some of them start making men hate women altogether. So is being transgender new? Remember I told y'all that nothing couldn't happen to us that didn't happen to the first people? I'm not trying to be mean when I say this. I am not trying to offend any one person. But if we were to look at this from a spiritual level, where does that come from? Y'all just read it. This is Adam and Eve. So where does the spirit of transforming into something that you are not come from? Who's the father of that? So when CERCA used to walk around holding her crotch, even though I wasn't messing with girls, if you was to see me out, I look like a whole stud. You heard me? My mama got pictures. I wasn't messing with girls. I was doing that because I didn't want men trying to grape me. Okay? But when CERCA was walking around and standing with her hand on her crotch, with the big baggy pants on and the rag on and talking like a whole dude, who you think was behind that? He had me attacked so many times that I didn't. He was hoping I wouldn't want no man. But baby, God made too many of them. He said, try and try again. Keep trying till you get it. I got hope. You hear me? He didn't. I'm trying to listen here. Too many of them for me not to try it out. I said, you ain't right. Okay, don't worry about it. It's about, and woo, look, is he light skinned? Look at him. He wanted me to hate men. He wanted me to despise them. He wanted me to not want them to touch me because of the way they had handled me as a young person. The things that they did to me. You said don't let them have dimple too, girl, and pretty too. Listen. Uh-oh, auntie. When y'all knew you was too short for that. Which is the foundation of deception. Come on. He made too many. Light skin. Like if you was to line my baby daddies up, you would be like, she don't really have a type, do she? But I do. My son daddy he used to be lighter than me. I don't know if he is now. And he about 6 foot. Then my second daughter, her daddy about 5'7", 5'8", and round. Mind you, tall and skinny, short and round. Then my third daughter, my third child, her daddy big, black, and bald-headed. Baby daddy number 1 had long hair. This one had a fade with waves. And then he a big, bald-head, mandingo-looking nigga. And then my youngest baby, her daddy looked like he is from Cuba. Try again. Try as I might. I might find me a new nigga tonight. You hear me? What type? I ain't just going with anything. They all lookers. But you hear what I'm saying. Okay, so I tried light skin and tall. I'm going to try short and stubby. Maybe this will do it. No. That didn't do it. So I'm going to try dark skin and bald. Maybe that'll be... No, well, maybe this little Mexican nigga over here, maybe he'll be the one. You hear me? Baby daddies, plural, and did. What you gonna say, Betty? And do. 4. You don't like it, you ain't gotta listen and or look. What that mean? One of them be in here right now, maybe more than that, and... and they still feel like I'm the one that got away and did. Beautiful children. Beautiful. And don't forget, God said, I formed you in your mother's womb. He didn't say who was going to be forming it. Moving on. Yeah. Sometimes y'all don't know all y'all mama kids wasn't by the same person either. She just didn't tell y'all. That's why that brother looked different. Ooh, ooh. She just found two niggas that look similar, but that other brother ain't yours. I didn't have no husband. But your mama did. But your mama did. You hear me? Let's not get to doing no DNA test. Stay away from them, baby. Stay away from the DNA, cause your mama might be a liar and your daddy is too. What? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna just move on out of there. That one time they broke up when y'all had to go stay at your grandma's house. That time. You said I'm darn right. I'm saying it. Listen. What we not gonna talk about is, cause it's the truth. Y'all laughing because it's the truth. Some of y'all is the Morris story. Moving on. That's why they always treated you different. You never understood why, but CERCA just told you today. That's why your grandma treats you a little different. You said my mom have 6 with 6. My mama got the what? 3 baby daddies. She was married to 2 of them. Excuse me, no. She was only married to 1. I take that back. I was right. I told my brother we found him in a dumpster. And man, oh man. Uh-oh. See, when you come over here, you're going to get the truth about life, whether you want to deal with it or not. We talk about all... Right. Who is that man, mama? That's your mama friend. I knew him in high school. No, that's your daddy. That's your daddy. That is your daddy and is. Yeah. My baby daddies tried to trap me because they was older. No, nigga. I don't care if I am having your kid. I don't have to be with you. You said y'all is messy. Honey, this every day. We not messy. We telling the truth. The messy folks is the ones we trying to hide the lie. The truth should set everybody free over here, honey. We gonna talk about somebody in the background looking at their kid like this. CERCA just need to be quiet because he already done asked me. Or he like, yep, see, she thought that was my nephew, my brother's kid, but it's really mine. CERCA, be quiet. Because my wife been thinking. Listen. Shh. Seeking, you should find the family secrets, honey. Listen, folks used to talk around me. I know what's the milkman, the mailman, the UPS man, deacon, prayers, next neighbor. Auntie. Auntie gonna tell the truth. Auntie, you said moving on. You said, all right, we don't need to talk about this no more. We don't need to talk about it. Okay. Don't come for me, because, honey, listen here. I'm in Walmart and people is listening. Uh-oh. Girl. Now you treading in my husband's family. Now, let me keep moving. Okay. So then Satan and 10 from his host transformed themselves into maidens, unlike any others in the whole world for grace. They came up out the river in the presence of Adam and Eve, and they said among themselves, come, and we will look at the faces of Adam and Eve, who are of the men upon earth. How beautiful they are. How different is their look from our own faces. You said I legit can't believe I'm listening to this right now. This is clearing up so much for me. Can y'all get y'all book one real quick? Please. And this is the crazy thing. Oh, I put all them peppers in my food and I got indigestion. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? I gotta bring out the old book because it's already marked in here. Somewhere under the rainbow. Aha! See what happens when you use the old good stuff? It just flips right to it. Can you go to page 942 in book one? There is a whole series out called Beautiful Men of America that will knock your wigs off the details on what's going on behind the doors in America. Oh, I believe it. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom again. Goodness gracious, this water is working. Ooh, 942. Thank you. Y'all ready? Y'all got 942? You said they be pretty sometimes, Mari. It's some fine men out here, honey. I've seen some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. Listen. Lucifer, you can't ever make me hate them. You can't. White, black, it don't matter. They be fine as hell. I'll be like, goodness gracious, God took his time with you, didn't he? Whew. And he don't let me go shopping for none. I don't get to run through no forest or nothing, so I just have to look from at the forest from afar. I don't get to go in and look for no tree to cut down. I got to stay out and just look at them all beautiful and just stay away from the forest. Cause baby, listen here. You said clear. I'm trying to tell you, I don't get to cut. You said what? Chris say? Let me take you down. Let me take you there. You said it's tree cutting time. It's fall. We need to get us a tree to put in the living room. You hear me? The bigger the better. Have y'all seen them big old men? That one, I said he is so. Let me show y'all him. Let me see if I can find him. Lord, forgive me if he is somebody's, but honey, he is on TikTok. He on that part of big TikTok, baby. I said, no, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see if I can go to my likes. His big old self. I said, well, where'd they get him from? I need me one of them. Where is he? Oh, man. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find it. Oh. Oh, man, where is he at? See, I don't even be knowing no names of nobody or nothing. But, baby, he walked out that room and just put his hands on the ceiling, but his head was already at the top of the door. I said, well, where they make them kind at? I don't know where they make them kind at, but evidently I was shopping in the wrong place. I think I went to the wrong tree store because, well, he's gone, but he's a part of Big Talk, I guess, or whatever they calling it now. And I said, well, where'd they get him from? I need to go to whatever store. Whoever bought him at the store, I want one like that. He was like 7'2" or something. I don't know where it is. I guess they didn't keep it. I know I liked it. I know I did, but I guess they took it out or something. God must have knew I didn't need to look at him because he's a big nigga. Oh, no. Here we go. Ooh, Jesus! And do 6'8", 288 pounds. You see that?
fucking with them lame. Come fuck with some bosses, baby.
That nigga taller than the door. Let me get my mountain climbing gear ready. Yolanda, let me get my... You see, look. Ain't that they had a harness on their legs, right? And then they had something coming up around their neck like this. I got my hook ready. Let me get I need my mountain climbing gear. You hear me? You said what now, sir? Mount Everest. I didn't climb Mount Everest before. Let me get my stuff on. Hold on. You need a harness, and I gotta learn how to tie these knot ropes. These rope knots. I got a friend. He could teach me. I needed to go get my mountain climbing stuff because evidently I didn't went to the wrong store. Listen here. Listen. Baby. I said, wait a minute. God made them like that? I didn't never see that kind. I didn't see that kind. Listen, baby, he was taller than a dog. Let me get my climbing gear. Anybody see my hiking boots? Okay, yeah, they right there. I'm going to need my hiking boots and my helmet. Because listen, that part, he definitely would be Mount Everest. He'll be sick of me. You said when that, moving on. Let me get my helmet. That is a long way up. Y'all ready? Shoot, let me get my... You said I just fiddle. Listen. Ooh, shoot. Don't forget my parachute, but I'm just going to slide down the mountain. I got me one of them little things, the little air things where they got to drop out. I don't need no parachute. Mount Everest. I didn't come up with that, Auntie. Your niece did. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. Moving on. Listen here. Yeah. That part. Listen. What are them, Jazz? What are them little things? How they become? No. Listen here. Can y'all believe they make them like that? I can't even believe that is a real thing. He's real too. Like he's a real person. He ain't AI or nothing. Baby, listen. Listen. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, Tiff. Moving on. All right. Come on, babe. Ooh, shoot. Ladies, stay off of that big top. It is not. Listen, honey. You would. And me too. That's fine. Rock-a-bye, baby, to the streets of when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Down comes baby, cradle and all. I don't know the rest of the song. You said you look like a baby, and I will be. Pick me up. Moving on. Here we go. On page 942. Back to the word. Listen here. Pick me up. Okay. Right. Change. Y'all know the song. Anyway, moving on. It says, then since death was androgynous. What does it mean to be androgynous? It is. People are like, oh my gosh, we live a real life over here. This is not church, it's school. Remember that. We outside International University. This is not church. For all of y'all trying to be whatever. Right. Listen here. Both male and female. Right. So death is both male and female in one. Mm-hmm. Did you know? The same entity has a female form and a male form. Neither specifically feminine nor masculine, and has another word for androgynous in this day is what? What is the equivalent to androgynous right now? Y'all gotta pee. I'm sorry. Hmm. Okay. 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 All right. So now that we looked that up, we can go back to that in a minute. I just wanted to show y'all that. Now, can I ask you a question? Back to my original question. If 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 humans do not reproduce, what happens to the human race? Thank you. If men stop giving their seed to surrogates and women stop giving their eggs to men, I mean their semen to I mean, someone said in 4 generations, if men stop sleeping with women and women stop sleeping with men, the human race would die. Can you reproduce if you take your organs out and don't save your eggs and your sperm? Hey, where is my lip gloss? If you don't save your eggs and your sperm, will you ever be able to reproduce? Okay. So how many people are not going to be on this earth because someone got their reproductive organs removed? If we had 1 million people around the world last year and each human has about 2.3 kids, how many people are not going to be born? We have more and more people transitioning every year. And they're transitioning before they ever are able to have children. They're transitioning at 17, at 15, at 14. And sometimes they don't get rid of their parts, but the hormones have messed up the parts that they want to use. At 4, they're putting them on hormones. And this is not against the LGBTQ. I'm just asking questions. I mean, we're looking at the scientific facts of what's going on right now. Because a lot of these babies don't have their sperm and their eggs put up for later. They just want the surgery. They get the surgery. But what if there's not a woman that'll let you put you don't even have a seed to give her? Or what if there's not a trans man that wants to let you use her? Right, and a lot of women are already affected by birth control, right? So if we have 5 more generations of people getting their reproductive organs removed without saving their eggs, what happens to us? There's no more organs to harvest. Wow. Y'all, where is my... Hold on. Ugh. I gotta give me some more. I think I went through all my things. Okay, so understand this is not against the LGBT plus Q plus community. We just asking questions and we having a conversation. Don't think CERCA is whatever, because CERCA don't care who you hump on. Do what you want to do. We all gonna have to, I might be the lady by the well. He said, yep, but not husbands. Not people's husbands, but when you mate with a person, when you connect with them, they become your spouse. So, that being said, he said, yep, and the one you got right now, that ain't your husband either. I ain't had nobody husbands, but, y'all know where I'm going with that. I wasn't married to the ones I had children with, and we became one. with our children. So there's that. You said, well, right, right. Okay. Back to 72. Y'all ready? Y'all done thought about how many times y'all been married? How many times? Don't tell us how many times you've been married, but y'all know the lady by the well name was Fotina. Okay? I'm just saying. How many times you did? Just think about it in your mind. If everybody that you've been intimate with was a spouse of yours, no, don't tell us. Don't tell us. Think in your mind. Thank you. Think in your mind. Blink, blink. Right. Y'all done been married. I said don't put the number. Mr. Blitz, keep it to yourself. Somebody in here might thought you was handsome. I'm trying to hear, listen. I just said, you said, what a legacy. I just got a headache. Queen said, oh God. I'm just saying. Auntie Lucille, don't put the devil face. She said, well, come get your auntie. Come and get your auntie. She put 3 devils up like she. Listen, you said I'm not. I don't want y'all to tell. I said in your mind, how many husbands and wives have you had? You said, child, listen. Okay, moving on. You said them drinking nights, huh? Them nights you didn't remember nights. You said I'm going to the corner. That's too many husbands. You said less than a handful. Well, good job, auntie. If I tell, it will help someone, but I think at this point, the point has been made. You said, my kids need me. I gotta go. Oh, Lord. The world would never know. To the grave you taking it. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. You said, I ain't finna say nothing. I was just saying, think in your mind about how many spouses you didn't have. Oh, I ain't. Well, you said page 72. Yeah, she said, "Oh, back to the reading. We don't even need to talk about this." So can I ask you a question? You said that will be not known till judgment day. You just gonna take the words out of my mouth. Do you realize them people gonna stand up with you even though they was thrown into the sea of forgetfulness because you connected your soul with theirs? Soon as I thought we was cool again, here you go, that part. They a part of your movie. You said you can't remember. That's okay, God do. It's LXXII. It's just 2 more from where we was at. Second Baruch, right? Short clip anyway. Hilarious. Look, I asked for forgiveness from that mess a long time ago. Okay. Yeah. We in Adam and Eve 72. Okay. I ain't saying you ain't been forgiven, but remember, okay, y'all not listening. Y'all done read Second Baruch. Y'all done read Second Baruch. That's not saying that your charges ain't gonna get thrown out, but your charges have to be read to you. What are your charges? In God's court, what will be your charges? What will be your crimes? Crimes of sin. Thank you. Right? Sin is a crime against God, right? Yes or no? Yes. So in the court of God, in God's court, your charges will be the sins you committed. Now, whether you got forgiveness for those or they get to be thrown out because they were covered under the blood, that's something. But your charges still have to be read. Okay. All right, let's go back to 72. Then Satan and 10 from his host transformed themselves into maidens, unlike any others in the whole world for grace. They came up out of the river in the presence of Adam and Eve, and they said among themselves, "Come, we will look at the faces of Adam and Eve, who are of the men upon earth. Excuse me, how beautiful they are, and how different is their look from our own faces." Then they came to Adam and Eve and greeted them and stood wondering at them. And Adam and Eve looked at them also and wondered at their beauty and said, "Is there then under us another world with such beautiful creatures as these in it?" With such beautiful. So what kingdom is that? You said a whole lot of them are misdemeanors, not felonies. Hilarious. You said, wait a minute. The marine kingdom. The marine kingdom. So then 7 generations from this, they made it a reality. Didn't they? Seven generations from this time, when angels' spirits started to sleep with women and fish and birds, they made that a reality that there was actually people that did live under the water. Because how did the mermaids get here? The mer people. The fallen angels' children. The humanoid angels reproduced. So then they produced a race of people that could live under the water with the fish and the whales and all of that. So 7 generations from Adam, what the devil lied and told him was a thing really became a thing. You got that? Him and his brothers turned themselves into women and came up out of the water and said, "We live under the water." But 7 generations down, you said, and research fish with faces. I seen them. The talking fish that everybody have on their wall that they buy for their grandpa, the singing fish. Y'all bought your grandpas to sing the big bass, right? That come up off the thing and start singing and then he lay back down. No, there is no worse. They all cause men to sin. They're his brothers. Mm-mm. They just was causing men to sin in different ways. It's just like levels. You got level 1 criminals all the way up to level 5. But they all criminals. Yeah. Okay. It says 4, and those maidens said to Adam and Eve, "Yes, indeed, we are an abundant creation." Are they maidens? So do y'all see the pronouns changing right here? Because clearly at the top it says Satan and 10 from his host. Now they're maidens, so how do you think Adam is addressing them? But at this point, they're cosplaying women. And they're not telling the truth about what's going on with their life. Because they don't really live up under the water. They lying. First of all, they don't really look like that. And second of all, they lying about how they really live. Yes or no? Or did I not read that right? They're lying about who they really are. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to see. Deception is the first ruling entity of this realm, of course, because they were trying to deceive them. Okay, all right. It says, then Adam said to them, but how do you multiply? Because remember, he didn't watch the animals start multiplying. Him and Eve ain't got it in yet. But he know how it go because he watched the dogs and the cats and whatnot. First thing he said, well, how y'all get here? Well, how do y'all have more? How do y'all have more of y'all? Is that not something that's in our news now? Is trying to make trans people be able to reproduce after they have taken their organs away? So then this was going on with the first people. The question was, how you gonna reproduce? The first people asked the first transgender whatever, situation, how you reproduce? Is that question still not a question that's being asked today? How will you reproduce if you remove your parts? So the first people asked the same question that scientists are asking today. Right, but I'm just getting y'all. I want y'all to see something where everybody keeps talking about what's new. There's nothing new. This happened with the first people, where people were changing themselves into something else. This happened with Adam and Eve. Well, I ain't gonna say people, beings. Because y'all remember before this, he changed himself into an old man. Y'all remember? Before he changed himself into he changed himself into an old man and told Adam, "You're my helpmeet." Who remembers that? Before he ever tried to get Eve to go, before Lucifer tried to get him to go into fornication, he tried to get him to lay with him before he ever laid with Eve. And we talked about this before. Is that not happening right now? Adam and Eve. Most time, if a woman sleeps with a woman first or a man sleep with a man first, they not going to go to the opposite sex, especially if they like it. So do you think that Lucifer having women be touched in the wrong way by the opposite sex or men touched by the same person or whatever it is, you don't think he's still working the same game? He literally told Adam, God pulled you for me. You really supposed to be my helpmeet. You really supposed to be with me. Do we not have people that are in same-sex situations, DL men, have a man coming to them saying, you know you really want to be with me. You're supposed to be with me. Do we have women that are getting married knowing they creeping with their homegirl? Why you over there with that nigga, girl? You know you supposed to be, you know you like the way I... You wouldn't feel it if it wasn't supposed to be. Okay. Why do a lot of older studs get with very young women, and why do older gay men get with real young kids? They always got a sugar daddy or a sugar mama. Why does this happen? Adam was a young man that said when he came out, no, listen, when he came out of the garden, he was like 20 years old. He was like a man of 20 when God created him. So he's 20 years, roughly, in age, and 150 days old. About 21 and a half, 20 and a half. Before he could ever touch a woman, Lucifer dressed himself up as an old man and told him, you really supposed to be with me. The groomers. The groomers. They get him talking, okay, groomers get the person talking about sexual things, right? Or opening up to sexual ideas. This is what a lot of the church boys is saying about how the ministers and bishops or the women in the church got them, is they would talk to them. They would have them come talk to them about their sexual thoughts and different things like that, so that they could open them up to find out what they like. And so then they know how to move, right or wrong. Women or men, this is how they do it. You said you opening up and press on. Okay. Okay. So it was an older man that Lucifer changed himself into to come to the young, strapping young man that Adam was and said, "You're really supposed to be with me. God made us to be together first." Did y'all not read that with me? Have we not read that together? Y'all read it with me. Y'all eyes read it just like my eyes read it. Okay. When do most little boy, do we got anybody in here that's in the LGBT that's a man? Was your first sexual experience with a boy or a girl? Whatever that sexual experience was, as a kid, as a child, whatever, as an older adult, whatever, your first experience, was it with a woman or was it with a man? Men that participate, or even women that participate. Was it with a man or was it with a woman? Yours was with a woman? People that are in same-sex situations. Now, yours was with a woman today, and do you date women now? Yes, you do. Okay. Yes, ma'am, only. Okay. Your first experience was a boy around the same age. Okay, but did you date men, Ellington? Yes, you do date men. Okay. Okay. So we have a woman that said her first experience was with a woman and she only dates women. And we have a man here. Now, this is just, it's not the majority, but I didn't talk to a lot of people and I found out that depending on who you, like, if you got touched by a woman, or I'm sorry, touched by a man, then that could make you go and be like, I don't ever, depending on if it was a family member or whatever, right? Or somebody you trusted, that could also take it another way too. Okay? But if your first experience was with the same sex, normally you don't really go outside of that. So do you think that when Lucifer, before Adam, had a chance to go into a woman and understand what it feels like to be inside of a woman, he transformed himself into an old man first? Not a part of the community no more, but my first experiences were same sex. Okay. Okay. Someone said they're not a part of the community anymore, but their first experiences was with the same sex. So is this resonating to y'all? Why Lucifer did what he did? Because do you realize if Adam would have partook in that with him, then none of us would probably be here, because he never probably wanted to try Eve out. Are y'all getting what I'm saying to you? I'm not against nobody in the community. Yours was with the boy. Was it? Do y'all see how nothing has changed? Not really. You hear me? Lucifer knew this. If I can get you to taste it, you probably won't want nothing else. You said my first experience was with same sex, and I struggled many years with that. Okay. I'm so glad you're teaching on this tonight, for real. I got you, Harmony. We're good, sis. I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen, who will vouch that we talk about the real ugly stuff over here? We don't just call stuff sin. We break down where it come from, and so that people can understand that this is not new. The devil ain't using no new tricks. He been using the same thing over and over because it works. Why change it? If God has already told you in the beginning of the Bible, when Adam and Eve and the snake, he said the enmity, the devil is going to be your op. and it's against your seed, he don't got no ops if you don't have no kids. I'm gonna say that again. The devil don't have no ops if you don't reproduce. What ops? All I gotta get him to do is not reproduce, and I'm winning the war already. His whole thing is to make sure no more humans is born. This is why he unalives humans. This is why he makes them all go through all the other stuff that he do. So if I get you to not reproduce, I'm getting less and less ops, even though my demons is staying the same. Our numbers is growing, y'all numbers is decreasing. You said always been facts from our school, because we be thorough and do. We gonna talk about it, because people be needing them to understand, and they don't know why. And birth control and abortions, come on. All of it, the food, everything. Putting hormones in the water, so certain situations have certain numbers of certain things in the area, so that they, Okay, here we go. It says, and they answered him, we have husbands who wedded us, and we bear them children who grow up, and who in their turn wed and are wedded. Is that the truth? Who love me? Because I'm about to say something, and I do not want y'all to be offended, but we got to talk about it. That's not the truth. So in LGBTQ plus, it is popular to make families that are not real families, as far as like, they say this is my gay mama, or my trans mama, or my, which makes sense because we are the maintenance crew of the earth and also the warriors of God's kingdom. Am I wrong? There's families that are created, right? Like, this is my gay nephew, or my gay niece, or my whatever, right? Or no? They make up families, right? Is that not what they just did right here? We know at the top it says Satan and his hosts transformed themselves into maidens. They came up out the water and said, we live in the water. Then Adam said, how do you reproduce? And they told him, we have intimacy and we have kids, but that's not the truth. Thank you. Your godson is the father of a house. And somebody else said, yes, the house is ordinance. Okay. Okay, so let's just look at it right here. So it says, and they answered him, we have husbands who wedded us. He be beating my back out, Netta and Charles. And we bear them children who grow up, and who in turn wed and are wedded, and also bear children. And thus we increase. If it be so, O Adam, thou wilt not believe us. We will show thee our husbands and our children. Y'all love me? Because I'm about to say something. It don't matter if y'all love me or not. We talking about it. So when a trans person adopts a child, we'll say there's a trans woman. They've already cut their parts off. They adopt a child, and then they get with a trans man. It gives the illusion that this is a natural woman and a natural man that got together and conceived a baby, even though that's not the case. Right or wrong? They find a mother and a father that look similar. They look through and they do. Is that not what just happened right here? Right. Is that not what we just read? Is this not the same scenario, or am I tripping? They transformed and then created a family for themselves that was not technically made the way that they said it was. We're in Adam and Eve, chapter 72. The appearance of a natural, normal family. Okay. Is this helping somebody today? I know I asked before, but somebody might have just came in. Is this helping y'all understand a little bit about the situation that we're in? One, it's not new, but two, these things have been here. It's been happening. And it's crazy what y'all say. This is crazy work that Satan would go through all of this. He done transformed into an angel, a snake, a man, and now a woman to try to trick Adam to get him to do something sexually. He done been a snake, an angel of the light, an old man, and now he a woman. This nigga done transformed 4 times. He turned into whatever he had to try to get at him. But he was hiding his true nature. How many same-sex relationships come out of a person acting like they was that person's friend, or they mom, or they dad, or they there to look out for him, and the whole time they the predator? We're not gonna talk about it? Come in as a mentor. Grooming them all along, pretending to care. Okay. That part. I'm looking out for you. I just want to make sure you're all right. You know, I got you. Anything you need, you let me know. Happens all the time. Okay. Okay. Who in their turn wed and are wedded, and also bear children, and thus we increase. And if it be so, O Adam, thou wilt not believe us, we will show thee our husbands and our children. Then they shouted over the river as if to call their husbands and their children, who came up from the river, men and children, and everyone came to his wife and his children being with him. Okay. But when Adam and Eve saw them, they stood dumb and wondered at them. And then they said to Adam and Eve, you see our husbands and our children? Wed Eve, as we have wed our wives, and you shall have children the same as we. This was a device of Satan to deceive Adam. So they're going to show you how to get down. We can show you how to do it. So then the devil has been using sex to trick humans out of God's will for a long time. It's one of the first things he used. Adam ain't even 150, 160 days old out of the garden yet. He ain't even been able to walk around on the earth and get to know it yet, before he trying to show him corn and tell him how to bust his wife back down. Aren't kids being intimate way too early right now? Before their minds are even developed. They even have forums on how to do it. Okay. It happened to the first people. They couldn't get an adult-sized baby got him fresh, didn't he? And did. Fresh and new. I just off the porch. Y'all don't think this stuff need to be in the Adam and Eve story in Genesis? Really, y'all don't think this needs to be in the KJV, in the NIT, in the NLT, in the NSV, or whatever other Bible you read? The truth has been hidden, so then it wouldn't be such a big deal about all of the things that's happening now if we knew that it happened with the first people. People wouldn't be walking around confused about why they feel in certain ways. There wouldn't be all this confusion about certain things if this was in here. It's a lot of babies that have taken their lives because they didn't understand, okay? But if this was in there, a lot of that confusion wouldn't be here. You said, and the highlighted with red. I'll be right back. Y'all cannot tell me that this don't make you think about your life. I know, because when I read it, I was like, oh my God. This makes so much sense. We, in Adam and Eve, the 72nd chapter, first book. We wouldn't have all the issues we have right now around sexuality and different things if this was in the Bible. I promise you. Those things would not, because we would understand. What y'all think? And while I'm thinking about it, I'm about to change this filter. Because I promise they be getting dirty fast. Okay. And I gotta blow my nose. I'll be right back. I want y'all to think about that. Go back through and read that top part real quick. See, y'all, when I wasn't drinking that much water, I could sit for a lot longer, but it is what it is. And I realized why I can't breathe in here because I never changed the filter out of this thing. New one. That one was brown, so it's been in here too long. That's why I can't breathe when I come in here. All right. Y'all all right over there? Everybody okay? What y'all think about? Tell me. Is this an interesting class? Please don't tell me that. Oh, excuse me. It's Adam and Eve's chapters. Adam and Eve, book 1, chapter 72. Do it make you think about our world right now? Are these recent? You're welcome. Are these issues that are prevalent in our world right now? No, I'm feeling irritated for some reason. If I can be honest, you can be irritated, Pumpkin. It's okay. Sometimes when you find out stuff, it do make you feel a little different. You know, it's okay. It'll pass. It will. But do you understand how if you don't get it right with yourself, and if you don't get your things under control, they affect your children? And this is how generational curses and things getting swept under the rug and nobody talking about it. That's what Lucifer wants. He wants people to not understand. He wants people to be confused. He is the one that brings the confusion. And he's been bringing it because every time he said something to Adam, Adam was confused to the point where he didn't know what to think. Okay. It says 10. Satan also thought within himself, God at first commanded Adam concerning the fruit of the tree, saying to him, eat not of it, else of death thou shalt die. But Adam ate of it, and yet God did not kill him. He only decreed upon him death, plagues, and trials until the day he shall come out of his body. Now then, if I deceive him to do this thing, and to wed Eve without God's commandment, God will kill him then. Ask that to increase your capacity to understand. Hold on. And he will be happy to help you process everything in truth. Come on. Yes, and I understood that tonight because when I was doing it, it seemed okay. But now I know I'm the reason my daughter experienced that. Oh, I can recognize I can't change anybody else's mind, not even my own. It's only God. Come on. He been plotting the entire time through sex. Because he wants God to kill you. Can I ask you a question? When we were reading about Jesus and he was walking and he saw the tree that didn't produce, what did he do to it? He said, if I come back by here and you haven't produced, I'm going to do what? I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to wither it. It's not producing anything. This ain't everybody. And it can happen to a lot of people. But I do know women right? Speaking, it's hard when you realize you are the reason your children are the way that they are. Somebody else just said the same thing, and guess. Remember when I told you? Remember when we started this conversation, and I said a lot of times the reason your parents push you away or they don't really want to talk about certain things is because that's what's in them, the part of them they tried to hide. The part of them they don't want to remember, the part of them that they don't like. Baby crying is good. You purifying so that you'll be able to have a conversation with your babies. Let them out, girl. Go on and let them go. Because you would say, where is this coming from? And they'd be like, I don't know. Well, this is deep. My mom passed this March, and I always wondered why she left me with my dad when I was 16. My eyes are swollen now. I didn't get a chance to ask her. Looks like we all got some journaling to do this evening. I really want y'all to take this apart, what we done read, 69, 70, 71, 72. I really want y'all to get in and dissect this. And then go back to Genesis where that conversation didn't come for me until after my mom found out that I was molested and that the same thing almost happened to her. Yep. Well, I'm probably everything that my mama don't want to recognize about herself. I know this. I told y'all when I told her about what happened to me, she let him come in the house and I couldn't even sleep there. This makes me sad. My mom said her babysitter touched her when she was 5. It's a real thing. And think about this now. What's the definition of residue? It is. When you can understand, it takes the weight off your shoulders. So I'm happy that T of y'all asked this. Taya asked this question today. A small amount of something that remains after the main part has gone or been taken or used. Something left behind. You think there's residue on you from your first sexual experiences, whether you were old enough to talk about it or not? Whether you were old enough to understand what was going on? Who asked you to become a dean, auntie, teacher, and a therapist? My dad, a sister. Is there still residue? You know how I know? Because once you've been SA'd, all the SA'ers know how to find you. And they find you, even as an adult, you can find a partner that will abuse you sexually because the residue is there. A man know if you done been hit. A man know if you a hoe. A woman know if you a trick. A woman know if you can be hoed. Because the residue is there. It's called a familiar spirit. Spirits leave a slime, a smell, a stench that only other people that have smelled that stench know it. That's like a drug addict, a person that used to be on drugs. They can look at a person and tell, even if nobody in the room know, they can know they high. Or a DL man. A gay man will know a DL man. That's why I always get me a gay friend. Tell me what's up with this nigga, cause good, baby, you don't want him. Drazina, you're welcome. Listen, the residue is there. Another thief know a thief, a pimp know a pimp, a hoe know a hoe, another dealer know a dealer, cause the residue of the sin is there. Can I ask you a question? I was just about to say that we had a class about that, and if the parents don't deal with that residue, it will transition to their kids. It does. It does. That's how the generational curses start. Game recognized game in real life. It takes one to know one. Come on, that's right. Because when I went to the AIM delivery, another woman called me out the fact that I had been with a woman. She had been delivered from it. Okay, so for my males that sleep with males, can I ask you a question? Do you all have problems in your rectum? Are there issues that can arise from you having, and I'm not talking about STIs, I'm talking about other health issues, like with your stomach, with your digestional tract? Are there things that can happen to you from that interaction? If y'all willing, yes, it will. So there are other things other than STIs that can happen to your rectum with you doing that. The constant hitting of the prostate is not good. Interesting. So then that can lead to prostate cancer, is what your cousin told you. Okay. I was going to ask about the prostate too. I ain't even going to lie to y'all because I know some brothers that had some real bad problems with their prostate, and there were some things. You all of my business now. Now, what's crazy is a whorish man can have problems with his. No, that's good. A whorish man can have problems. Niggas they meet too much when they was young, and they just did whatever they want to do with it. A lot of them don't work, or they be having prostate problems. They can't even pee. Am I wrong? So why is it that one of the punishments, not all, for a lot of men that continue in sexual sin is they can't even use it right? And it ain't even gotta be no STD. It be painful to do anything with it. I know, because a lot of men that cheated on their wives, they had prostate problems. I promise. I didn't seen it. Like, damn. Now, here we go, because we don't never leave one stone unturned. Are we ready? My dad cheated and had prostate cancer. I'm telling you, I know. That's why they like that, because they G-spot. Yeah. They will get polyps too. So cancer in their rectum. Interesting. Now, here we go. From one side to the other. Are we ready? There's a lot of women that I know that are in same-sex marriages that have like phantom pregnancies. They get cysts, and they grow, or they get tumors in their bellies, and they grow up. And a lot of the women, they have big stomachs. I'm not saying all. I'm saying a lot of the ones that I have met, they have all had this problem where they had to get a mass that was about the weight of a baby removed from their uterus. Not all, but a lot. And they have had other reproductive organs. Now, I know women that wouldn't, and they had the same thing. They was throwing that cat back to whoever, didn't care about who husband, who whatever, and this is a thing. So it shows up in the prostate of a man. But you gonna carry something in your womb, even if it's not all the way human. Even if it don't got a beating heart. You gonna carry something. Tumor, cysts, and fibroids. Some of them can be 10, 20 pounds. And you will walk around with that for a long time. I'm not carrying nothing in my womb. God said, actually you are. Thank you. I had just came out of a divorce, honey. And I went back to looking like my old self. You saw it on TLC. It's a real thing. Some fibroids can have hair and teeth. They be like molar pregnancies. Amari, I have been thinking about that myself since being here learning, because I had a hysterectomy surgery and still have pain sometimes. Mm-hmm. Anybody think about their medical history right now? I know I am. I had 11 fibroids removed in routine surgery and almost died 3 times. Dang, auntie. She had a C-section a few months ago. They saw all her tumors and wouldn't remove them. Who remembers that scripture we read about in one of the brothers of Joseph where it say, whatever you use to sin against God, that's what he gonna punish? You said dried eggs and powdered milk for 9 years. Auntie, I'm done with you. Come get your aunties. She said dried milk and powdered eggs for 9 years. I'm over it. In real life. Come get your auntie. I have endometriosis and have 2 surgeries so far, fibroids and all the things. They play too much, they do. She said, no, I know, I'm going to the chair. Yes, auntie, to the corner. Powdered eggs and dried milk. Why? Oh my God, that's why I love this family. We can never be serious. It don't matter how serious we try to be. Also, can I tell y'all something? You said cystic fibrosis, fibromyalgia, and endometriosis is right. Yeah, had a friend who had an abortion, then turned around and had fibroids with teeth and hair. Yep, I know somebody too. She had a lot of abortions, and then she just started having molar pregnancies where it was exactly that, balls of cells, and they had teeth and hair, but they like even a heartbeat, but they weren't gonna turn into anything. You listen. It's a real thing. I'm 53 and had my last baby at 47, girl. We just don't want to talk about that. That's why I'm going to play it in the trees and my tools been tied for 21 years. 21 years. 21 years. 21. Ooh, Jesus, because I don't even know what I would do to have a little kid running around here right now. God, please help me. Hell, I thought about getting me a little dog because Auntie Nancy got some pretty little Chihuahua puppies. I was like, oh. Then I said, wait a minute. You don't even remember to feed the plants water. How you going to remember to feed the dog? You ain't going to remember. You said I was supposed to be in menopause, but see, that's why I'm scared. Clear the trees. I'm in menopause too. It'll be just my luck. No, thank you. I would not be happy and I would not be laughing about it. I would be trying to figure out which one of y'all I'm about to be a surrogate for. CERCA, don't be dead, so remember my mama's situation. That's all right. That don't have nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. My baby is 21. She about to be 21, baby. Now, don't ever cuss at me like that. That don't got nothing to do with me. Moving on. Yep. Y'all oldest is 35. Girl. Swan, it's been 2 years for me. That's the same thing I told my boo. You said I'm clapping right along with you. I'm trying to tell you. My baby 21. 21. She'll be 21 in a few days. What you mean? The plants, honey. I can't even remember to feed the plants, baby. What I'm going to do with a dog? That thing will be in here sad and lonely. Well, you get one, girl. You do it. See, but that's different, though. It's okay. It's okay for you. I had 4 by 22. 23. And they came with friends, and then the friends came with parents. I'm done with that. I say have all of them you want to, girl. Pop them bad babies out back to back every 9 months. I wish it on you. For as long as you want to have them, and I'm for real, cause I know you'll do your thing. But girl, my coworker 51 and she just had her first baby via IVF. My auntie didn't have her first baby till my son was 17. So I'm the niece, and our kids is 17 years apart. 17 or 18 years apart. Me and my auntie is 8 years apart. Okay, she's 7 or 8 years older than me, but our kids is 17 years apart, and mine is the oldest. Her baby, my son 27, he 10. He about to be 11. I mean, yeah, what is it? Yeah, something like that. Cause my son about to be 28. You hear me? So I was done having kids for like, I don't know, a long time before she ever had her first in real life. It is. Mine are 11 and 7. Baby, my son about to be 30 in a couple years, and my daughter, my youngest, is about to be 21. Nope, I'm happy I started early. Moving on. All right, come on. So let's go back to this real quick. So now do you understand why free sex and just sex with whoever and whenever and however is not good for just you? We ain't even talk about who else. We just talk about you and your body. Huh? You understand now? Think about all of the medical issues we just talked about, and you know how you was living. Remember I told y'all when my baby was going through treatment, I got in the car with a dude, and I had read the story about the man that slept with the man's wife, and his punishment that God gave him was for him to boo-boo out his intestines, and that's the most excruciating death they said you could die. And then I got in the car with somebody 45 minutes later to take me and my baby to treatment, and that's what was going on with the man. He almost wrecked the car. He was like, what you reading in that book? And I was telling him a story, and he almost wrecked that little cube we was in on the way to Bloomington, Indiana. He had slept with this man's wife. He didn't know she was married, and right after that, he got real sick, and now he has colostomy bag. Because the exact same, he went to poop, and his intestines started coming out. And then he found out she was married. He's married now to somebody, but in real life. This happened in 2014. Before March of 2014, this was happening. Or during March, actually. In real life. So I read it in my Precepts for Living book. That was the book I was studying at that time. My Precepts for Living, our Bible study book. I was reading it in there because I used to take it with me every day in my Jesus bag. And I get in the car at 5:30 in the morning because that's what time they came to pick us up, 5:30. And he ended up becoming my friend. We used to talk about the Bible and stuff all the time. But yeah. So does that make you think about the wages of sin is death? There are women and men that have reproductive organ problems because they touched somebody else's spouse and they wasn't supposed to. Do you realize that you curse your own body when you have fornication and adultery? But anybody that comes between a marriage is cursed. as long as you touching that person. Whether they separated or not, you cursing your body. You realize that? So has Lucifer changed? He tried to get us to curse our body, the first people to curse their body. You said this explains my ex's erectile dysfunction after he cheated. Girl, yeah. God will shrivel that meat on up into a little turtle. Does the curse go away? Well, I'm sure it does if you change your behavior. You shrivel it right on up. What you gonna do with it? It don't work. Shrivel that meat right on up. And will. You said yes, behavior change for the past 16 years. Not a turtle. Yes. turtle. It's used to stand up like this, right? And now I be like, well, just talk to me for a minute. No. It don't work. The batteries is out of it. You need a new battery, sir. No, I can't do none of that. Ain't no jump starting over here. If it don't stand up by itself, I don't want it. And there's some women that go to be intimate and it's so painful because of their fibroids and stuff, they can't. They can't be intimate with their husband because they was intimate with everybody else's. Hello? Let me call my daddy because I think... Hello? Hello, Dad? Yeah, I'm in the room with some vultures right now, and I don't know if I should protect myself because they a little aggressive. No, they telling the truth. Oh, I don't got to be scared today? Oh, okay. You didn't, that ain't this kind of message. Okay. Okay, well, how you doing? Now, we working on healing down here. Yeah, we just doing some realization. You busy or? No, you got a little time for us? Okay. Thank you. Okay, I just wanted to. Everybody say hello. Okay. Yeah, we probably gonna do some journaling and some crying in the shower like we on a Lifetime movie this evening. Probably. You gonna be there? Oh, okay, cool. To pick up everything. I got it. Thank you. We appreciate it because we gonna need it. We got some soul searching to do this evening. You knew that already though. Right. Okay. Well, good eternity. Right. All right. Thanks. Right. You got some soul searching to do this evening. You said facts. This is a whole confession night. Okay. I told y'all what music I wanted y'all to listen to earlier. I'm going to give y'all a playlist before we get off of here. Just go and talk to Dad about it once the kids go to sleep and stuff. In the corner crying and rocking back and forth. I'm trying to just make sure y'all slide down the shower wall. Don't hurt yourself. Do it like how the kids, when they didn't figure it out that if they hit their hair real hard, it hurt. So when they start falling out, you know how they sit down and then they'll ease their hands back until they get down on the ground and be screaming, and then they'll start going crazy because they didn't realize that throwing themselves back don't hurt nobody but them. So just slide down the wall. You ain't got to be in the shower. That just make them... Well, get on the wall in the hallway. Don't throw yourself back. You might hurt yourself. Just slide down the wall like you in a movie. A Lifetime movie or a TP movie. They do it a lot in the Tyler Perry. Or get in the car and hit the steering wheel or yell and scream, you know. You got a whole, yeah, all right. Tyree shower cry, and you know his cry is real ugly. So, yep, one of them. What did I do? Let me leave that man alone. Yes, it need to be one of them. It needs to be one of them. That's the kind you need to have on this evening. Okay? All right. Here we go. No more. Listen. All right now. Okay. Oh man. Dee. All right. So we were at 14. So it says, then Adam and Eve arose and prayed to God while Satan and his hosts went down into the river in the presence of Adam and Eve to let them see that they were going back to their own regions. Then Adam and Eve went back to the cave of treasures as they were wont about evening time. Y'all know that's y'all Little Mermaid story. For those of you that's been here, y'all know. But if you haven't, no, we already read 13. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, y'all right. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all right. Y'all right. Okay. Okay, excuse me. 11. Now then, if we deceive him into to do this thing and to wed Eve without God's commandment, God will kill them. Therefore, did Satan work this apparition? What is an apparition? Sorry, y'all. What is an apparition? Ooh, what's the definition of apparition? A ghost? What else we got? A spirit? Ghost or ghost-like image of a person. A phantom. Anybody ever seen Hat Guy? Any of the men ever seen a succubus or incubus in your spirit? Don't they look like a human, but they a whole demon? So demons and evil spirits have been worried about our reproduction for a very long time. They have been worried about our reproductive organs since the beginning. Felt but not seen. Sometimes they seem. In your dream, it be real, don't it? This is where nocturnal emissions come from. There's nobody there but you. But your body feels all of it, right or wrong. You wake up to something that shouldn't be happening. Because it's only you. And it's always when you sleep. It can wake you up out of a dead sleep, right? This is how folks get calls at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. You said, mm-hmm. Okay. Where do evil spirits live? What is their realm? The spirit realm. In the spirit realm. Where's the dream realm? You said, and when you celebrate for 10 years. Come on. The spirit. Right, the astral plane. So you can see what is really there when you're asleep. If spirits are in the spiritual or astral plane and so is your dreams, are you really seeing what you saw? In your dream, it's a person. But the spirit has taken over the face of whoever it is that you are lusting after. Because they the one that caused you to lust after them. It's the familiar spirit showing up on your side, and they show up on the other side too, because spirits are transgender. They can be both male and female. Androgynous, excuse me. So the same demon that lured you to the tall tree can then flip and go over to him and have him having a dream about you in the same night. This is how when y'all see each other, y'all don't have to say nothing. Because y'all already spoke about it in the spirit. When you kept thinking about the dream, yeah, right. I had a dream about you. That's crazy because I had a dream about you. You've been on my mind like crazy. Who did that? Or you run into that person. Wonder who did that. Wasn't it Satan going back and forth in between Eve and them? It was the same spirit going between Adam and Eve, wasn't it? It was Lucifer the whole time. He'll go to Eve, then he'll go to Adam, then he'll come to them together. Then he'll go to Eve. Then you never had one? Interesting. Happened to me young in my dream, woke up with the real results. Yep. In real life. In real life, this happens. But it was the same spirit. He just kept transforming it. He would transform into a man when he was talking to one of them. Then he'd transform into an angel. He was whatever the situation called for. Wow. Feeding you rice. I don't know what that means. But I'm just trying to get y'all to understand how Lucifer works. Where we think, oh, it is just the Bible says you led away by your own lust. And the devil's the one that causes you to lust. So he has been using intimacy to snare us since the first people. Okay. I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about the food, yeah, because I be eating in my sleep. I eat in my real life and I eat in my sleep, so I don't know. Yeah, we have to talk to somebody else. I don't know nothing about it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So Satan's whole thing is to make him disappear off the face of the earth. Satan's whole deal was to make the humans, the only two at this time, disappear off the earth. If people don't keep reproducing, what's going to happen? This is crazy. I just had a dream about somebody. I seen him today, and the next thing you know, he calls me. Haven't spoke to him on the phone in probably a month. Okay. People go extinct. And whose plan will have come to pass? His original plan will have worked. Ain't that his plan anyway? Was that his plan originally? What does that do for Lucifer? Because he know that God love us more than he love him and his brothers. And he's jealous and envious, and he feel like if he can't get no love from God, he don't want nobody. If we can't experience God, if he can't experience God's goodness, why do we get to? He made one decision, and it got him kicked out forever, out of God's good grace, out of God's mercy, out of God's everything. He was thrown out of God's presence, and he can't. The only time he can go up there and talk to him is when he's talking to him about us. You don't think that'll make you mad? I can't talk to you about nothing I want to talk to you about. The only time I can talk to you is when I'm getting permission to mess up their life to see if they even like you like that. Could you imagine saying Lucifer going up to dad and saying, I'm sorry, and God's like, what did you want to talk to me about? But dad, can I know who are you up here to talk about? Every time Lucifer try to talk to him about their relationship, and I'm just paraphrasing, but we can mess up and God'll be right there to pick us up. But he didn't do Lucifer like that. Lucifer made one crazy decision and that was it. That was all. So we get mercy and grace and stuff. He like, right. So that's why he don't want no more humans to be born, because jealous people don't want you to have something they don't have. Envious people want what you have. Lucifer is the father of it. His mercy and grace for us is infinite. He said, even when you in your wrong, I'm still going to love you. And Lucifer's like, what about me? He was like, no, Lucy, no thank you. Wouldn't you be trying to, and then because he like, if all the humans gone, then you got to talk to me. God is like, actually, I don't. You have a lot of brothers. I actually don't have to talk to you. So Lucy, no. Now you understand why the devil will give you anything you want that goes against God. Have as much of it as you can, because he's still trying to get us off the planet so that God has to talk to him. Because remember, this was his domain. God gave him dominion over the earth. And then God put us here because he caused us to get thrown out. He thought God was just going to destroy us and we just wasn't going to be. God said, actually, I'm going to put him on your earth now. The area where you was at. But I'm going to make it prettier, because when God threw him down here, it was still void. And so he was flying around when it was still just chaos. Well, then when we got ready to come, God came in and cleaned it up and made it all nice and pretty. And so then there's that. Interesting. when I was living there, you let the hose be in the ground and all of this. It was fire and darkness. Then when they come, you gonna fix it up? I bet you they don't get to enjoy it. Because remember when Lucifer got kicked out here, the earth was still void. Because we were still in the heavenly plane at that time. It was boiling and lava and crazy and darkness. And then we came, God said, let me go in here and space, pizzazz the place up a little bit. I'm going to put some this and that. And we just walking through here, and Lucifer is turning red. When you think about it, God created the good and the bad. Like God said, you have thought, Job, God will use Satan. Yeah, to grow you. He definitely does. Everything works out. But Lucifer attempted to continue to make Adam and Eve fail. Yeah. Yeah. Let there be light. And then it was something else. So when you understand why Lucifer is giving you every single thing that God don't want you to have, let that when he keep tempting you out there to do, yeah, we're going to be extinct. This earth is going to be gone. We will no longer be on this plane anymore. This skin is only for this realm. Thank you, Christine. This skin is only for this realm. That's why it's dying. You can't take this to heaven with you. That's why everybody, when they die, they leave their body here. Yeah. This is why. Do you understand? No. This whole world and everything we see is going to be obliterated, babe, into smoke and ashes. And it's going back to how it was. Void. Like a smoldering brick of charcoal. Black and ashy. Because we've abused the beautiful things God gave us, even our bodies, to our own whatever we want to do. And that's it. You said church don't tell this truth. Well, we over here getting it now. Ain't it crazy though? And this is why when so now y'all see why I get angry when there are ministers that are trying to tell people they don't need this information and it's not useful for salvation. Y'all don't think this is useful for your salvation to understand where the temptation comes from? Y'all don't think so? This information will help you not, hopefully, curb your sexual desires when certain things are happening. You will understand that it's the devil tempting you. I just told my family our fleshly bodies are ending, and I hope I run into their spirits on the other side. Yeah. You said they won't tell this truth. They too scared. Well, let me bust your head open to the white meat. Come here. Because I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. You know the song. When I got on here, it was balls to the wall. That's what it was. It wasn't no going back after this. I used to be able to move around in silence and stuff. Now it is what it is. What I'm doing. You said exactly. Tried me 2 weeks ago. So heavy that whole week, but I stayed strong. Me too. He been on my head too. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Especially I've been watching these crazy folks on Discovery ID. You hear me? No. These niggas is crazy for real. How was you killing people and putting them in a bag? One lady killed her husband for $720 about his Social Security. She said I needed his Social Security check. A lady in Indiana, she was like 80-something, 82. She done shot the nigga up with some insulin from her daughter. And then wrapped the nigga in a rug and a tarp and used her daughter's car to pull him on a thing on the back of the truck. You saw it? She rolled him down the hill, right? She rolled the nigga down the hill, but he didn't go into the water. So she went to try to push him and fell and broke her pelvis. Took her 2 hours to crawl back up the embankment. Like, girl. Broke her pelvis bone and some other bone. She said, well, I didn't want to fall because it was raining, and she fell anyway. Nah, she wanted his Social Security. He tried to get me last week. Almost got me. My prayer game is strong. Come on, Auntie. Come on. She wanted that nigga so $700 worth. Girl, they be doing it. I'm trying to tell. And she fell anyway. And did. And broke her pelvis. She said it started to rain. Yes, baby. I said not the old lady that took her husband out. She needed that check and did them duckies. Play stupid games with win stupid prizes. You said it, like a broken pelvis. All of that. That part. So, what time is it? Oh, it's only 8 o'clock. But I don't know. I hope I'm not up all night. We'll see. But I think I didn't talk y'all ear off. We already been on here 3 hours already. So we did 6 hours total. Over 6 hours. Hold on. Right. Right. Just crazy as a Betsy. But y'all know y'all done did 6 hours of class today? Over 6 now. Crazy. Sorry, y'all. Now y'all understand why I was in these books for 10 straight years trying to find out and understand. What you say? What happened? Y'all right? Thank you. Thank you. Y'all right? Yeah? I don't want to. Got throat chops and learning. You said I done went to Walmart, fed the kids, and got all my throat chops, and I'm done. Good job. Well, this the thing, y'all. Y'all do realize that I had to have all these conversations by myself. So I'm grateful that y'all get to have them and share this together, because I had to go through this transformation by myself, of this realization to understand all of this stuff. There was really nobody I could talk to about it, because the church don't talk about stuff like this. So God had to walk me through it. You hear me? God had to walk me through it so I could understand it, even be able to talk to y'all about it today. And this is why when you don't deal with the ugly, you can't help nobody. Because it's people struggling with stuff that the church won't even talk about, because they don't know where to go get the answers to the questions. You hear me? Yeah, I'm just saying, y'all, it was hard. It was very hard. And I used to try to go to people and they wouldn't talk to me. We ain't talking, but just pray about it. Praying ain't helping. I need to understand. It's lonely for sure. Listen. Yes, because I've learned a lot here. That makes me excited. You hear me? Now y'all can go and help some other people teach on. And I've never told the church to keep on. Had me in there for 8 hours. That's a job, but we'll pull overtime with you. Come on now. Come on. But you know what? These are tools we can take and help other people, and they really don't care like that. The church has a different purpose. They do. Not all of them, but most. It's a lot of people struggling with stuff that is eating them alive. From this is where a lot of cancer and stuff come from, y'all. Everything starts in the spirit. Everything. Some pastors glean from the books and will never tell anyone. Oh, yes, they do. Some of them. You hear me? Yeah. But the Bible talks about the shepherds waxing fat and the sheep are starving. They have the information. Some of them come across it in the seminary, but they won't teach it to you. They won't teach it to you. All I want to say is I hope and pray that somebody got some understanding today, and that you might be able to help your children, your brother, your husband, your wife, because some of y'all spouses are struggling with this stuff. And they don't know who to talk to, because you can't talk to nobody about it in church. They don't feel comfortable enough. So you never know. This might open up some doors. If there's a piece of your spouse that they keep secret and they won't let you into that area for some reason, this could be it. You might have just got the key to making y'all marriage better, or helping that person understand themselves a little bit better. That it ain't. I mean, you're not the only one that's been through this. You're not the only one that has felt this. Yeah. 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 It's a real thing. Now that you know that Satan want all the humans eliminated, you'll look at things differently, I think. Hopefully, that changed your view. Yeah, because I always go back to having a crush on my kindergarten teacher, and always knew I would have a wife and not a husband. Yeah. 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 But if you understand that he has a whole goal to get rid of humans? Will that make you understand a little bit more why certain things are being pushed right now, like heavily? Because he understands reproduction. If you don't believe me, why are they able to sell us fake fruit? They even sell us food that doesn't have the seeds to reproduce now. And you are what you eat. So if you can't find a watermelon or a grape or whatever with a seed in it, then if they stop making them, you ain't going to be able to eat nothing. If chickens stop laying eggs, if cows stop, if fish stop laying eggs, well, there won't be anything. So if you eat infertile fruit, what do you become? What's something that's going on right now? Infertility is up. Well, maybe because they make us eat infertile things. Things that cannot reproduce of themselves. And then we stop wanting to reproduce. We stop wanting to, because now it's all either female trees or male trees in areas so that there's no fruits that just grow naturally on the street anymore. Well, what does that cause? That has caused allergies, digestive problems, like you said, all sorts of things when there's all of one and not a balance of both. Y'all see it? Yeah. All right. Well, I'll probably have to go play some music and get in my room and fold some laundry. So I love y'all. And I hope y'all have a good night. I might see y'all early in the morning. We'll see how it works out. Y'all got some journaling and reading to do anyway. I want y'all to go back over this. I see it being pushed all around in every area of our lives. Yes. Love you too. Also, think about this. This kind of goes with what we was talking about earlier, because that's why God had Eve tucked away, because he knew that Lucifer was trying. You said love you back. Got a lot of journaling. Yes. But do you see how that worked out from earlier? Lucifer was trying to accuse somebody. He was behind the people that was saying that Jesus was created out of fornication. But this is why God had Mary tucked away, where they knew that wasn't the truth. I mean, you know, she wasn't. And it said that Jesus did not come out of lust. But you know who is going to come out of lust? The Antichrist. He's going to come out of his mama and daddy did every vile thing you can think about. The opposite of Mary and the Spirit. He's going to come out of everything that Lucifer created. His seed against the humans. The son of perdition is going to go against humankind to massacre them. So again, it will be Lucifer's seed or the seed of the serpent against the seed of humankind. In the final battle, that's what's going to happen. So the word is still fulfilling itself. Right now. You love our hoodie? This our hoodie, girl. This is our hoodie, girl. And it don't normally, it look black over here. I wish y'all could see it, but under these colors, it flips black. You know what? Let's see if it'll do it like this. Because it's supposed to... Ooh, that big old man. Ooh, shoot. Let's see if y'all can see it black. It won't even do black. But on this side it look black, but y'all can see it flipping colors. That's so crazy. I love it. But on this side it look black. Y'all just can't see it, but it's flipping stupid right here. Maybe if let me see if it'll do it like this. Nope, it's still showing the colors. I don't know why it don't look black when y'all see it. But it look black on this side. I know y'all see the colors. But y'all can get it whatever colors. You know, you can get this with red or green or whatever. We got a black one and a white one. Y'all can get it whatever colors. I guess I just chose this, or maybe I told her to do whatever she wanted to do. I don't know. I believe he is. Even if he's not one, he has their bloodline. It looks blue and purple. Right, it's like rainbow, but it's black on this side. Like if I turn it away from the light, like if you see me outside, or even right here, it looks black. It don't look like this. It is very reflective, but it look black. I can't get it in the right light to make y'all see it black, but right here it looks black. Yeah, good night, Pumpkin. So, I love y'all. But yeah, it's a little cover up because I told y'all it's about to be, you know, it's about to be getting cold, but it ain't cold enough to put no jacket on. So, we got these, and then we got our hoodies too. And it got the hood on it, ladies, for if you got to run the kids to the, you know, when it's raining or something and you don't want to get your hair wet or nothing. And you know, you can, if you run and you get hot, this is a, you got to go to Nerd Junk Shop, N3RDJunkShop.com. Yeah. We got black and white. And you can get this in whatever color you want, the WYU. You don't have to get this. You can get red, blue, green, whatever she got, snakeskin. I guess these is just the colors that I picked. I just like the way it reflects. I didn't know that people see it like that because it sure look white and black over here. Yeah. So, I love y'all. Yep, nerdjunkshop.com. Thank you. And you can get, we got hoodies and t-shirts and blankets and all kinds of stuff. I don't think we might do pajamas this year. I don't know. We didn't do them last year. We'll see. Thank you, Pumpkin. We have these for like 2 years, I think, already. Yep. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.